Hello, and welcome to our very first Quinyx Unlocked. My name is Lee, and I am the Product Enablement Lead, and I am excited you're here today. This is the very first one we have done, and we want to give you monthly access to our product managers and our product directors to show you all of the amazing things we are developing here at Quinyx. Next. Okay, good to know. Just some housekeeping things. You are in listen only mode, and we can't see you and we can't hear you. But if you do have a question or have some feedback, just drop it in the chat here, and we'll address it live if we have time, or follow up by email afterward. The session is being recorded, so you can share this and watch it later with your team. And if you want to go deeper, we have all kinds of information in help docs. And now, our two presenters. First, we have Diana, the product manager for the dashboard, and Eric, the product manager for analytics. So take it away, Diana.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Diana, and I'm the product manager of the dashboard team. For most of you, the dashboard or our homepage is where your day begins when you log into Quinyx. Our goal is to make that start clearer, faster, and more focused so that you can spend less time finding the data and more time leading your teams. So how we're going to go about that today? We'll start looking at some customer insights and challenges, what we've heard from you during this year. And then we will look at the product direction, meaning how we plan to address those challenges. Next, we'll have a look at what we are launching this year. And then I'll hand over to Eric that will explain more about how you will be able to use analytics in the future. And if we have time, we might have some Q&A session at the end, but feel free again to ask your questions in the chat. Okay, so let's dig into the insights that we've heard from you this year. Here's what we've learned about how the dashboard is used today and what's not working. So the dashboard or the home page is really your starting point in Quinyx. It's the first thing you see when you log in as a manager. And for many of you, it's where your workday begins. When we think about what the dashboard should do, our goal is pretty simple. It should help you understand three things: what's happening right now, what needs your attention, and how performance is tracking. You should be able to do all of this without having to leave the page. So in other words, it's about giving you a clear picture of your operations the moment you open Quinyx, so you can start your day focused and informed. Does this sound like the dashboard is doing this job for you today? Well, we'll have a look at the next slide to see what a few of us, our customers, told us this year. So during this year, we've spoken and interviewed over 20 customers and reviewed feedback from many more. And the patterns are quite clear. And we'll have a look at the high-level challenges that our main dashboard target users experience today. So for HQ, they find it difficult to get a consolidated view of performance across multiple districts or units without a lot of manual effort. You have to first navigate to a district or a unit schedule to understand what's going on, or take out reports and match the data from different sources in different systems. That process is quite slow and fragmented. It also makes it harder to identify trends or risk early enough to take a corrective or proactive action. And if we look at the district managers, we see that the challenge is maintaining visibility across several units. So for instance, if you're a district manager and have 15 units, there is no quick way in Quinyx to understand if all of your unit managers have approved all of the timesheets or attested time at the end of a schedule period. Comparing like performance, compliance, and staffing also requires multiple reports. And there is really no central place to share updates or track follow-up actions. A lot of coordination still happens outside of Quinyx through emails, spreadsheets, or other tools, which slows things down. And then for our local managers, the day-to-day view is often scattered across different pages. You work in the people page, schedule page, maybe have a quick look at the dashboard, but there is no single and clear overview, and it's hard to stay on top of absences, coverage, and schedule changes. If you have set up alerts, they aren't always that timely or actionable. So issues can escalate before they're even noticed. And overall, too much time still goes into manual admin work instead of focusing on your employees and your operations, which is what you've been hired for. So across all levels, the message, we can say from our research, is very consistent. We have the data in Quinyx, but it's not always surfaced in a way that helps managers act quickly and confidently. So if we look one step deeper, we can see why these challenges appear in the first place. Again, it's not that the data isn't there in the system. Quinyx actually holds most of the data we need and covers most of our customer use cases. But the real challenge for us is how that information is connected and how we present it day to day to each role. So if we have a look at what this means in practice, today, insights often live in different places, reports, the dashboard, exports. These all serve their purposes, but it feels a bit disconnected. Secondly, visualization and drill down options are still quite limited, which makes it harder to understand why something is happening, not just what happened. Thirdly, getting access to key metrics can take time, which often delays proactive decisions on things like costs, compliance, and staffing performance. What we have also seen is that reports themselves are sometimes inconsistent or take effort to set up and interpret. So you end up relying on manual exports and offline analysis to get the full picture. The result is a lot of valuable information, but not always in a format that helps you act quickly, or proactively or confidently for that matter. And now we will have a look at what our product direction is, and essentially this means how we are planning to approach these challenges in the upcoming years. So we're turning the dashboard into a platform that surfaces the right insights for the right person at the right time. And the idea is simple. So when you open Quinyx, you should instantly see the information that matters to you, independent of which role you have. So whether you're managing one unit, several districts, or supporting operations at the HQ level. We're aiming to build a dashboard to scale with the organization, and we'll give every user a role customizable view of real-time or at least near real-time workforce data. This means that the dashboard adapts to your focus area, showing the data and actions that are most relevant for your workday. It will combine interactive widgets, smart alerts, and clear KPIs to help keep focus on what really matters, your people and operations. Our goal isn't just to display numbers, because we have numbers in the schedule, but to make it easy to see what's on track, what needs attention, and where to act. You'll also be able to interact with our widgets directly, and when you need to go deeper, you will be able to move seamlessly into analytics to do more exploration, filtering, comparing the data more in detail. And I know that this is something that Eric will talk to you more about in a few minutes. The new dashboard, we see that as more than just a redesign. We want to build it as a foundation for faster decisions, clearer priorities, and stronger performance across every level of your business. And now that we talked about the direction we're taking, let's take a look at what that actually means in practice. We'll watch a video in a few seconds. And what you will see in this short video is our long-term vision for the dashboard, how we can bring together real-time insights and deeper analytics in one connected experience. And I want to give you a glimpse of how managers at every level, from local to HQ, could start their day, spot issues, and act immediately, all from the same place. All right. So here we can see the new dashboard and a couple of suggestions of widgets that we want to build into it. Here we're looking at having Ava as an assistant in managing your daily tasks. And in this case, would like to move a shift from one person to another. And Ava helps us with this, hopefully in the future. Moreover, talking about customizability, this is a way that we see that our managers can customize their dashboard, meaning that if a super user has allowed for a more flexible dashboard, then each manager should be able to change it. The next action that is shown here is how to approve absence requests from the dashboard. And it's quite similar to the way we do today in upcoming events. But that was a short sneak peek of what will be coming up in the next years. And now we'll have a look at what we've launched and is to be launched by the end of this year as our first steps toward our long-term vision. So the next step towards the transformation of the dashboard as a page to a central hub is to evolve the widgets that already exist in the dashboard today. And as you might have noticed, we have already introduced some design changes in order to prepare for the upcoming widgets, as well as added a new widget in the dashboard. We're introducing a new high-level view of key metrics, and it's the same data points that you have seen already in the dashboard, but presented in a way that's a bit cleaner and faster and more focused. So instead of a large separate widgets that take up a lot of space, this new design brings everything together in a more compact format. The idea is to help you track what's happening in real time without having to scroll or switch views. You can still see the same essential information: worked hours, scheduled hours, shift assignment status, and coverage, but now in a layout that's easier to scan and interact with. Over time, we will also improve performance and consistency, since all the data will be refreshed in near real time. And as part of this work, we'll be replacing the current widgets that we have: summary of location, needs approval and needs attention, by the end of this year. And the goal is to simplify the experience without losing any insight. So rather than checking several different sections, you'll be able to see the big picture at a glance and still drill into details when something needs your attention. It is a smaller step in a big picture, but an important one, setting the foundation for a dashboard that's a bit more dynamic, a bit more connected, and more useful in your everyday work. All right, I know this one is something that many customers have been excited about, and we have been that as well. It's one of the core pieces for our local and section managers of the new dashboard, and we call it today's overview. The idea here is to give managers instant visibility into who is starting to work soon, who's on site, who's late, if there are any no-shows, and who's absent, right at the beginning when the day starts. So instead of checking the schedule, reports, or attendance lists, you'll be able to see coverage directly in the dashboard and also be able to act immediately if something's wrong or if someone is missing. It's essentially the snapshot you open first thing in the morning, and if needed, return to throughout the day to make sure everything is running as planned. If there is a gap in staffing, a late arrival, or an unexpected absence, you'll know about it right away. That also means that you can reassign shifts, arrange cover, or address compliance risks before they escalate. And our goal here was to not add another layer of data, but to make the daily management smoother and faster. You don't have to dig into the schedule or generate reports. It's all surfaced automatically, so that you can focus on solving issues rather than finding them. So in short, today's overview is about starting each day with clarity, knowing exactly where things stand, and being able to act instantly when something changes. And we are currently finishing the last pieces of this widget, so I'm very happy to say that we can expect it in our upcoming releases. And the next and the last part of the new dashboard for this year is the Needs Attention widget. This will replace the current upcoming event section, and it's designed to provide a focused, partly actionable view of the most important tasks and exceptions for the day. You can think of it as a daily to-do list, the place that kind of answers, what do I need to act on today? It surfaces the handful of things that truly require your attention, everything from unassigned shifts, pending approvals, or critical absences, the kind of issues that, if you don't handle them quickly, can disrupt operations. The goal with this new widget is to keep it practical and fast. And to some extent, you'll be able to take certain action directly within the widget, whether that means approving, reassigning, or resolving a task without needing to leave the page. And looking ahead, this widget will also be customizable, so you can choose exactly what information you want to see. So if birthdays aren't useful for your team, great, remove them. If you want to highlight specific shift alerts or agreements, you can add them instead. Overall, it's about helping managers to stay one step ahead and to reduce the noise, focus on what's important, and give you the flexibility to tailor the dashboard to how you work. And if we put it all together, today's challenges are clear. Insights are scattered, there's still a lot of manual work, and the visibility is limited. The direction we're taking with the dashboard is all about clarity, action, and real-time insight, and giving every manager what they need right when they need it. Our long-term vision is to make the dashboard a customizable and truly actionable place for daily insights, which is something that adapts to each role and workflow. And in 2025, we roll out the redesigned dashboard with new widgets, where the target user is mainly section and local managers. So those were the ones that I just showed. And if we look ahead to 2026, we'll bring in KPI tracking for high-level managers as well in the dashboard, and trying to connect performance insights across the organization. And step by step, we hope to build a smarter and more connected experience, and one that turns data into real everyday decisions. We are very excited about this. Now I will hand over to Eric, that will take you through our next level experience, both within the dashboard, but also within analytics. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. So yeah, I think the dashboard, it looks pretty exciting. I hope you all do too. A cool new space to help surface insights, surface actions for the right people at the right time. But looking beyond that, we're also in the analytics team creating some new spaces and new ways for you to surface insights whenever and however you need it. So today I'm just going to give you a bit of a sneak peek at some of these new touch points we're working on. Next slide. And Diana. So as Diana rightfully pointed out, the dashboard is the starting point. There you'll always be able to find the insights and actions you need to kick off your day in style. But if you want to dig a little bit deeper, we're currently working on 4 different avenues or pipelines or touch points targeted at different user groups. I'll go through each in detail, but we have advanced analytics. Then we're working on a new embedded reporting solution. We're working on a new self-service analytics functionality, as well as a data as a service offering, which I think a few of you on this call are already familiar with. Next slide. So the first, some of you might be using this already, but we call this advanced analytics, and we are currently working on a new and improved version of this with a fresh design, better usability, and deeper and better drill downs into both section and employee level, so that you can to make insights easier and better than ever. This is designed to help you make empowered decisions about the overall strategic health of your organization and how you're performing on a unit by unit, district by district, or aggregate dimension in your organization. It should be the new single source of truth for you and your organization, so that everyone is referring and using the same metrics in the same way. And it's easy to use. Set it up with a couple clicks and you're up and running. Again, that's already available. Hope some of you guys use it and enjoy it, but we are planning for some big upgrades in the next few weeks. So please hold on to your hats for that. Next slide. Another touch point that we're giving a bit of a overhaul to is reporting. I know many of you are familiar with the goods and the bads of our standard reports today. So we are planning an overhaul here with the goal of creating a new embedded reporting experience using the same design patterns and functionality as advanced analytics, so that you can query, configure, interact with your reporting live, and then distribute that easily with your organization. This obviously, by making it a live service, makes it much easier to use. You no longer have to pre-configure filters, hit export, go get a cup of coffee, come back with your fingers crossed that everything worked as intended. Now you can work with and see your data live. Because it's using the same platform and the same data sources as advanced analytics and our other new touch points, we can ensure better data accuracy across the board. Next slide. Beyond that, we're also starting to look into self-service analytics, where we try to create some standard insights for you in reporting and in advanced analytics with some basic guardrails, so you can kind of configure it to adhere to how you want to track different metrics within your organization. But for many of you, I know there is a desire or a need to create your own dashboards or your own reports from scratch. So with self-service analytics, we'll be giving you the tools to build and distribute your own dashboards and your own reports with your organization, so that you can capture different metrics, visualize different KPIs, and track, the health in your organization and whatever unique KPIs are important to you. So that is very exciting as well, and planned for later in 2026. And finally, last slide. As some of you may know, we are working on a new offering called Data as a Service. And this is designed for organizations with their own data teams and their own BI tools and their own data infrastructure, where they might not want to, have to interact with the Quinyx interface every day. They just want direct access to your data, so they can easily pull it and join it with your other data from your other tools in your own data lake, your data warehouse, and in your own tools to customize and build your own unique insights that Quinyx can't support on our own. This is currently in beta, so if anyone's interested in participating in the pilot phase, please reach out. But again, like with all the other touch points, this is pulling from the same data sources using the same tooling, so we can ensure data accuracy and data quality in each and every touch point. And that is planned for early 2026. So I think that's the last slide for me. Again, this is just a very quick sneak peek. I'm sure we'll have many sessions later on as we get closer to releasing each and every one of these touch points. But if anyone has any questions or ideas or thoughts or wants to participate in any early pilots or beta programs, please just reach out. Love to hear from you. Thanks.
Okay, I want to give a big thank you to Diana and Eric, and their teams have been working really hard on these visions for the dashboard and analytics and the dashboard. So I'm excited that you got a chance to see what is in progress. We're really excited to have you here today. We will be sending out a follow-up email with you with a link to the recording so you can rewatch or share with your teams if you would like. And if you asked any questions in the chat that we were not able to get to, we will follow up with you in an email. And save the date. On December 10th, we have our second Quinyx Unlocked session. And this will be with the product director and the product manager from the engaged team. And they'll be walking you through tasks and schedule view, where you can visualize and manage the Employee Hub tasks directly in the schedule. And Ava, our chatbot, plus files, so your AI assistant can now answer questions based on your own internal documentation that's uploaded into files and folders. So don't miss it. We will have a link to sign up for the webinar in the follow-up email, and we hope to see you in December. Thanks again for joining. See you soon.